Hello, everybody. Welcome aboard Crew Dragon Freedom. We are Crew-4. I'm Kjell Lindgren.
Hi, I'm Samantha Cristoforetti. Hello. Hi, I'm Samantha Cristoforetti. Hello.
Hi, I'm Bob Hines. How's it going? Hi, and I'm Bob Hines. How's it going? We are super excited to welcome you aboard. We are super excited to welcome you aboard Freedom. And we launched last night, about 14 hours ago. We haven't seen the footage of the launch, but it was an amazing ride up into low Earth orbit, and we're making our way to the International Space Station now. We just wanted to show you around our home here for the past 15 hours before we dock. And so I'm going to hand it over to Wadi first to share with you some of her favorite things about being here in the Dragon.
Hey everybody, so as a first-time flyer in space here with my classmate and friend Farmer, our first and most favorite part about being on Dragon so far is definitely the view. So we can take you over here to the window that we get to sleep next to and eat next to and hang out next to, and just show you what we get to see, which is just this amazing Earth. It's been so cool to see the Terminator come in and out, the day and night cycles. You get to see the clouds and all of the rock formations are particularly interesting to me as a geologist, and we are just super excited to be up here.
So one of the questions we often get asked about is the significance of our zero-G indicator. It may look like we have two, but rest assured we have one. Samantha and I had the honor of allowing our kids to choose our zero-G indicator, and so we went to our daughters, and my daughter chose Zippy the turtle. It's one of her favorite and oldest stuffed animals, and so we brought Zippy along for the ride. He has been training with us for months. We have a photo gallery of all the training events that he's attended along with us.
And this is Etta. Etta is the way that my older daughter, Kelsey, used to call her, because she, in Italian, she would be a small monkey, a scimmietta, but when she was small, she could only say Etta, and so that's how we call her. And it's actually the first toy that I bought for her before she was even born, so I was very excited that she chose Etta to fly to space with us.
It's been awesome, and Julia and Kelsey have become good friends, gotten to play a lot over the last few months, so it's been awesome. There is added significance to these. It was unsolicited, but the zero-G indicator actually has additional meaning to our crew. So as Jessica mentioned, she and I are in the 2017 astronaut class, and every class has a nickname, and we were known as the Turtles. So obviously Zippy is very near and dear to our heart as a turtle. Kjell's class from 2009 are known as the Chumps or the Chimps, which obviously is a monkey. And then Samantha's class from the European Space Agency were known as Shenanigans. And as everybody knows, if you get a turtle and a monkey together, that is a shenanigan. So that is our single zero-G indicator that we have for our mission.
It's been amazing being up here again in space, and one of the most incredible things I've experienced so far was last night. We had a couple of burns during our sleep period. With all of a sudden you feel yourself and your sleeping bag pushed in the vehicle because you have a burn. The thrusters turn on. So I went up and peeked through the little window that we have here on the hatch, and I saw visually this thruster firings going on. It was like a ghost flying behind us, this very, very light glimmer making incredible shapes, and then it became more of an incandescent light, and it was just beautiful. And then that sound of the thrusters going on, toom, 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 and that display of light was just amazing.
So obviously for me as a rookie, one of my favorite things is looking out the window, and this view that we have out here right now is just spectacular. We're coming across the Terminator, which is the division between day and night on the Earth, and just the way the horizon and the atmosphere lights up and how it gets accentuated as we come into darkness or come out from darkness is just absolutely amazing. So that is certainly one of my favorite things.
And for myself, I have to say that launching, just the sensation of the rocket last night was absolutely amazing. An incredibly smooth ride, and just incredibly fun to feel that acceleration and then the weightlessness after we got into orbit. And we also like some of the little treats that we get. One of the benefits of being an astronaut is that you get to play with your food, and so we're sharing up here.
Today during our post-sleep meal, Farmer took out a bag of candy chocolate. And he offered one to each one of us, and Wadi at first didn't want one because she was having like breakfast sausage. But I'm like, sorry, but that's a rite of passage. You have to grab a candy-coated chocolate with your mouth from midair when you become an astronaut for real and you're in space.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us on the Crew Dragon Freedom. We enjoyed showing you around our home for the next few hours. We're looking forward to docking with Space Station and sharing more of our work and the amazing science and research that we have the opportunity to do with you over the coming months. So thanks so much, and Crew Dragon Freedom signing off.
And Dragon still navigating autonomously and should be hearing a call out.
Dragon, SpaceX on the big loop, mid-course correction maneuver complete and nominal. Trajectory converged on waypoint 0.
And for the crew, they're largely just in a monitor mode. They have the capability to, again, send commands to Dragon, take manual control of the vehicle, but on a nominal flight, Dragon's flight computers are doing all of the flying, and it's got just a suite of different navigational tools at its disposal, inertial measurement units. You've got those Dragon eyes literally bouncing lasers off of the space station. Since we ended the rendezvous mode, we're navigating with what's called relative GPS, so a global positioning system. You've got antennas on the space station, receivers on Dragon that are talking to each other, and we've got that C2V2 set up as well that Kate was discussing. That's allowing us to send data, video, communications directly between the Dragon, the space station, and the ground. And you're going to hear what's called the big loop discussed a lot. Up until this point, the Corps here in Hawthorne's been talking to the Dragon crew on Dragon to ground. That's that direct communication line. And the team in Houston talks to the station on space to ground. So we have we have 4 of those that they can talk across. When we get into these integrated operations, we tie everybody together. Everybody hears everything everybody else is saying. One big happy family. We call it the big loop. And so that's what we'll hear all of our comms on for the remainder of the approach. There's the space station. And we're coming up just directly underneath it. So you're looking up at station essentially from Dragon, and that's just outer space directly behind us. And we can see those Draco thrusters around the service section firing. That's pretty spectacular.
I love that.
And so waypoint 0 has been passed. Dragon's now inside 400 meters away from the space station, and it's moving up to what's known as waypoint 1. And so we can see those thrusters firing. Dragon is essentially doing a flip over to the top side of the station. So it's moving from 400 meters directly below to an area just 220 meters directly above.
You can see lots of Draco thruster firings there. Again, these are primarily the service section Draco thrusters that are firing, essentially meaning they are located on the sides of Dragon, as opposed to the forward Draco thrusters, which are located at the top of Dragon, under the nose cone and around the hatch.
Meter.
1 meter in closing. And we heard confirmation.
Dragon SpaceX on the big loop, contact and soft capture complete, attenuation in progress.
Good copy.
And confirmation, soft capture and docking confirmed. That time, 4:37 p.m. Pacific, 11:37 GMT, with the International Space Station flying 261 statute miles over the central Pacific Ocean.
Dragon SpaceX on the big loop, soft capture ring retraction is in progress.
There's our first full view of Dragon.
Good copy.
Dragon Freedom attached to the International Space Station. Up next, we are going to begin the hard capture sequence. That's essentially when we are engaging the hooks around the docking mechanism.
You're back seeing live views inside Crew Dragon Freedom. You currently see a couple empty suits still in the chairs as the crew are continuing to do preparations to open the hatch and ingress the International Space Station. And Dragon Hatch is open, and they are welcoming the Crew-4 astronauts on board. You see all smiles around as Jessica Watkins, Bob Hines, Samantha Cristoforetti have ingressed and are hugging all their current Crew-3 crew members. And last one in, we see Commander of Dragon, Kjell Lindgren, now entering into the International Space Station. You're currently looking at all 8 crew members of Crew 3 and 4 together inside the Harmony module, welcoming the new crew aboard. Crew 3 and Crew 4 will do what's called a direct handover. For the next 5 days, there'll be 2 Dragons docked to the International Space Station. Crew 3 currently set to undock in just about 5 days from now.
Station Houston on Space to Ground 3, no response required. Just letting you know, PWD is going to be down 10 to 15 minutes. Sorry for the timing, but... And Kjell, I'll owe you a beverage when you come back home.
Houston Station IMV duct installation is complete. Go for IMV fan activation.
Houston copies.
Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
We are ready for the event.
Commander, the floor is yours.
Well, welcome on board the space station. As you can see from all the smiles around, we are very happy to have our new crewmates aboard with us. Congratulations really around the world, but to SpaceX and to NASA for pulling off what is still remains a very dangerous activity of launching human beings into space, but pulled it off just brilliantly. And really dynamic weeks here. We've just said goodbye to our private astronaut mission crewmates. There's a Russian EVA that's going to start here in just a few hours. So we're really happy our Russian crewmates could join us here for this event. And we're ready to go to work and get started. We couldn't be more excited to be all together here on the space station.
Thank you, Tom. And Freedom Crew, I wonder if you would be keen to share some of your impressions.
Well, we had an absolutely magnificent ride into low Earth orbit on an F9 booster in the Freedom capsule. It was a really smooth ride, and the G's were pretty amazing.
Bob, I saw you smile about G's. You know about G's?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing, especially, one of the things we used to say in fighters is, down low, the faster you go faster, the faster you get faster. This was just the opposite. The higher we got, the faster we went, the faster we got faster. And it was just incredible, that ride, especially on the second stage. It was just really eye-watering. It was awesome.
And there's another rookie on board. Oh, Samantha. Seasoned astronaut. Go ahead.
Just wanted to add how amazing the ride has been, and also how incredible it's been to get back to space station. It feels so incredibly familiar, and it's been so heartwarming to be welcomed by Crew 3 or by our Soyuz crewmates, and especially Crew 3. Our colleagues have been up with us this last few hours, getting a lot of work done with us as we are getting our space legs. So heartfelt thank you for this wonderful welcome.
Jessica, obviously always keen to hear impressions of first-time flyers.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me, the part that was the most awesome of the whole ride was definitely the view. Right as we were coming in for docking, we started to get suits on and we're starting to prepare, and we had just enough time to take a last-minute look out the window, and we could see the space station kind of off in the distance, but super bright with the solar arrays shining towards us, and the Earth below. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. So we're super excited to be here and to see more of those amazing views.
Any words on what you foresee for the mission ahead?
I'm sorry. Hey, we just wanted to take a quick opportunity here. Every time we get to have new colleagues fly into low Earth orbit, we have a little tradition of awarding them their gold astronaut pins. So we want to take a moment here to award the gold astronaut pins to Farmer and Waddy.
Congratulations
We've got
from all the centers.
weeks of... Thanks very much. It's always an important moment to us, and I've got weeks of work ahead of us, and we'll be handing over operations to a very capable Crew-4, and under the leadership of Oleg here eventually. And so we're just really looking forward to the work we're going to be doing together here over the next week. I think we're going to be hitting the ground with a lot of science going on right away as well. So this ought to be a lot of fun.
Well, very good. Thank you all for your time. I know you're very busy up there. I don't know if there's any closing remarks anybody would like to share.
Yes, I think on behalf of all of us, a big thank you to our families. They were, they've been incredibly supporting towards us over the years and the months of training, and also these last weeks leading up to launch. Also, with some unpredictability on our launch date that made it even more challenging, and we always could enjoy their support. And of course, a big thank you to the NASA family, SpaceX, and also from my side, a particular thank you to my colleagues at the European Space Agency who make it possible for us ESA astronauts to fly. And I'm incredibly happy to be here and sharing this experience with my colleague, my ESA colleague, Matthias, as well.
Well, thank you. That concludes the event. Station will now be resuming operational audio communication. Godspeed.